Good morning, my friends. Hey, this is Rob Rosa. Hopefully, your favorite real estate broker. Yes, my friends, I know you're thinking, oh my gosh, it is the Monday after Thanksgiving. What is going on? This guy is off the wall. And yes, because you know what? I'm motivated on Mondays. I'm motivated almost every single day. I am excited because I get up and do what I love to do with a passion. I get to get up and help people. I mean, what is better than that? Come on. I get to give honest, caring advice to people all day long. And I get to tell people how I honestly feel. And that way, I keep myself out of trouble because nobody could say, well, you didn't tell me that, Rob. Because I can tell you that I'm going to tell you, hey, listen, this is what I believe. This is what I believe is going to help you in this situation. And so, one of the things that I wanted to share with you this morning on this Monday morning, the Motivation Monday, right? Is the secrets. You heard it, my friends. The secrets to making the leap with passion and with motivation, right? So years ago, I read a book called Making the Leap or Make the Leap by Brian Greene. And so, what I wanted to do was review some of those things that I think these are the secrets are going to help you. And as I'm going through this, I know you're going to have some questions. Right. And so, Florence, Manalia, Royda, please ask as many questions as you want. If you want to say good morning to me, say good morning. If you want to ask me some questions about what we are going to review with these secrets, shh, don't tell everyone. My friends, these are secrets that I'm going to share specifically with you. So, shh. Okay. So, let's go over some of these items that I think will help you. And of course, I appreciate likes and I appreciate shares, and really how I try to, work this out is to say, hey, listen, well, how does this relate to your particular situation? Is it exactly about real estate? I don't know. Is it about you buying or selling a home? I don't know. But one of the things I do know is that passion and motivation, right? You heard me. Passion and motivation, they play a critical role in making a leap. So, what's the leap? Is it you buying or selling your home? Could be. Is it you starting a new job? We're going to be getting bombarded in the next 2, 3 weeks. We already know what's going on. Come on. If you've been around for a few years, you know what's going to happen. Oh, 2023, do more in 2024. Let me show you how to do more, right? And who wants to do more? Oh my gosh, can any of us really handle trying to do more than what we're already doing? So let's talk about, well, what can you do differently? Hey, Jim, thank you so much for joining us. What can you do better? What are you excited about trying to get done? Okay. So we know that passion, motivation, they play a critical role in making this leap. They help sustain our effort when the rewards for our training are least visible. Hey, Patricia, thank you so much for joining us. See, we train for things all the time, but sometimes we give up, right? Because we don't see, what do they call it? Instant gratification. Oh, I tried it for like a week. Or I tried looking. Do you know how many people? I tried looking for a home for like 2 months, couldn't do it. So I said, forget it. I don't need this aggravation. I tried selling my home. I tried trying this new gig, right? I tried this new real estate seminar. I tried trading. Okay. I tried making my arts and crafts. Hey, Billy, Gen X, thank you so much for joining us. So, how often are we kind of trying things, right? We're trying things, but we're realizing, wait a minute, you know what? Maybe I am looking for instant gratification and I'm not necessarily getting that. So, that might be one of the things that you need to think about, right? That might be one of the things that you need to consider. Like, are you being honest? And thank you so much for your likes, Teresa, Kathy. are you being honest with yourself? So once again, there's this book called Make the Leap by Brian Green, right? And it's going to talk, what we're going to talk about briefly here is the leap cycle. And I'm going to show you an image of the leap cycle in a few minutes. I think you're going to find it interesting, right? Dougie, thank you so much for joining us, Gary. So basically, the leap cycle consists of 3 stages. There's build, there's leap, and there's sustain. Okay. And once again, thank you so much for your likes and your shares, Tanya, Mohita. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. There's build, leap, and sustain. Now, they are the product of the positive feedback loop we create in our training. So if we're getting some positive feedback, right? When we create a strong training feedback loop, maybe surrounded by quality, recovery, consistency, our improvement will result in a leap. So if we are looking at homes, if we are starting a new job and we're searching and we're finding things and it's given us that quick little instance of dopamine, I think that's what it is, right? That little bit of adrenaline, like, oh, I think I found the house that I love. Ooh, I think this job is working. Ooh, I think, people are going to buy my arts and crafts. Oh, I made money at trading. Oh, I think this is a home that's going to be good for me to flip, right? It gets us excited. And the more that happens, right, the more we get excited about things, the more it will compound for us to want to make that leap. Okay, so let's take a look really quick at the leap cycle and kind of see what you think about it, right? So it might be a little bit hard for you to see it, but we're going to try our best to kind of get this straight for you so that you get a good idea of it. Okay, so basically, what we're mainly talking about is this leap cycle. You see here on the left-hand side, we have potential. Right? Potential. And that's now. That's like right now, here, today. What is the potential that we have? Okay. And that's throughout the building stage, right? The building stage. And as time goes by, to the right, what do we get to? Well, we get to the leap stage. And you see how our personal limit, that line, starts going up so much quicker and faster, right? Hey, Louisa. Hey, Johnny. Thank you so much for joining us. And then we also have the sustain stage, right? The sustain stage. And as we continue to sustain, to make it happen, to be able to show people that, hey, listen, we are able to make this happen for us. So let's talk a little bit more about that, right? And let's talk about some of the ideas of things that we want to discuss. And of course, please feel free as questions come up. Maybe you're not sure about things. Maybe you need to get more information. Okay. So the build stage, it's a long period of quality work. Tiny incremental improvements being made on a consistent basis. That's what Brian Green from the book, right, Make the Leap says. Okay, that's what he says. Tiny incremental improvements. There's little visible improvement, but you're setting the stage, my friends, to make that leap. You're setting the stage. So slowly but surely, you're working on this. Day by day. Maybe you're looking at more homes. Maybe you're having more showings when I relate it to real estate. Maybe if you're doing arts and crafts, you're finding more efficient ways of making your arts and crafts, whatever it might be. If you're trading, let's say as a side gig, or you have a band, or you are working on something new, maybe even writing a book. But every day you're making, that's the build stage. You're making those tiny incremental improvements. Now, the leap stage, that's what we like, right? Now, remember, before I go to the leap stage, let me take a step back. And this is what people don't like because this is Motivation Monday, but I need to be straightforward with you. The build stage can take months. We are human beings, right? We're human beings. We don't go from 0 to perfect at something overnight. It just doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way probably with any creature here on earth. Okay? We need to build, like they say, to become a master at something, right? To become a master at something, they say you have to do it 10,000 times, right? So if you are that person that you want to be the best, and for those of you, don't get mad at me, I'm going to do a sports analogy. You want to hit that golf ball, right? Out in the fairway, the perfect spot every single time. Well, what do you need to do? Keep practicing that shot. Keep practicing that shot. And that's what it's all about. So that build stage can sometimes, hey, Bobby, hey, Daryl, Johnny, thank you so much for joining us. Stage can take months. Now, the leap stage is when everything starts clicking, right? Oh, yeah, you suddenly experience the improvement you've been building toward. When this happens, you can go to another level seemingly overnight. Okay? This stage doesn't last very long, but it's usually what we love, right? It's like, oh man, I got the hang of it. Okay, I know how to hit this baseball. I know how to hit this golf ball. I know how to crochet the way that I want to crochet this. I know how to do the glitter and the stenciling on these arts and crafts that I'm beginning to sell. I know how to use Excel. So I'm in this new job and I'm like, boom, 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 right? I know how to look for a home for sale. Oh, my real estate agent, Rob Rosa, he's so great. And he's sending me listings. And then we talk about them. And then we go look at them. And we know how to find good houses that are going to match my mortgage needs. We know, okay, here we are in the stage, this leap stage, that now, boom, we're having a lot of showings. I know how to get the home prepared quick, simple, easy for showings. I know what to do. Hey, Christy, Darren, Gary, thank you so much for joining us. You see, that's the leap stage. That's the fun stage because you feel like you got it down. You know what you need to do. Now, the sustain stage, which is the one all the way to the right. And hey, user 1843, Christy, thank you so much for joining us. And thank you so much for all your likes and your shares, everyone. The sustain stage kicks in when the leap is over. We plateau. Oh, man. And assuming no significant changes to our training, we remain at this level. And you see, my friends, you might be at the sustain level right now. And is the sustain level fun? Probably not. Maybe some of you, you've been in the same house for a while. You're not loving it. You decided to give up on buying a house. Maybe you've been doing the same job for a while. You're not learning anything new. You're not growing as a person. So what's the fun of that? What's the fun of being at the sustained level? I really don't see it. Now, if you think that there's something fun about being at that sustained level, you let me know. But I can almost promise you there's no passion there, right? There's no excitement, right? So what is it that we need to do? Well, how do we get engaged, right? Fully engaged so that we can maintain a high level and keep learning new things, right? So let's talk about the difference between passion and motivation, because guess what? I think you need to have both, right? And Brian Green from Make the Leap, he thinks you probably have to have both. But it's important to distinguish between the two. So passion is an intense interest in something. It's a desire to do it because you enjoy doing it. See, passion is fundamentally expressed in the moment. Like right now, I have a passion for something that I want to go out and I want to do this. And I just feel like I'm going to be able to help so many people. And I'm excited about it. And it's going to get me personally to the next level. And it's going to get other people to the next level. You see, that's a passion. Come on. You know what a passion is. You know, you can feel it. Right. But what happens if you have a passion for something and you don't do anything about it? Oh, man. I have a passion to, sometimes I talk to new agents and they're like, well, my passion is our homes and I'm a people person. Come on. Well, what does that mean? Right. And what happens if you don't do anything about it? Well, motivation is the desire to do it because you want to achieve a goal or a result. It's future focused. It doesn't have to be about the thing that you're doing right now, right? It's about you having some sort of result. Like you might be at work right now. I know you might be listening to this, and you might not be supposed to because you're at work, but you might be at work right now to accomplish the goal of paying your monthly bills. Maybe for putting food on your table. Hey, John, thank you so much for joining us. Mike, thank you so much for joining us. Maybe it's because you're motivated to go to work because you're like, I got to pay the bills. I need to buy presents for this holiday season. I need to buy some food. I need to pay my rent. I need to pay my mortgage. I need to pay my light bill. Right? That might be your motivation. So you see the difference between passion and motivation. Passion is an intense interest in something, right? It's a desire to do it because you enjoy doing it. Where motivation is the desire to achieve a certain goal or result, something you want to do in the future. But guess what? If you want to make something happen, you want to take that leap, right? You want to take that leap to do something, to accomplish something in 2024. Maybe even like I spoke to my team this morning, my real estate team. I'm like, listen, my friends, hey, straight up, the year is not over yet. We still got a month. Let's go out there and help more people. We're not giving up on our goals because it's only 30 days left in the year or 30 something days left in the year. We're not giving up on our goal. Right. So we have to have a passion to help people and a motivation. Right. We have to have both. And that will give you the strongest foundation to make something happen. If you only have that one thing like passion has to be really strong and it has to have some focus, according to Brian Greene, right? Make the leap. Okay. If you have neither, you have to find something else to do. Like, what are you doing in your life if you don't have the passion and motivation for it? Why even bother? Oh, well, I have to pay the bills. Well, you can take those incremental steps and start doing something that you feel you're going to grow as a person, that you're going to help other people. Right? Make that happen. Start on that passion. Start on that motivation. Right? Now, remember, you might have to take a lot of time learning, training, practicing in that build part of the timeline. Right? But that's just so that you can get to the sustain phase. Right? Even when it comes down to the sustain phase, you still want to have a little bit of a curve going up. So there still are going to be things that you need to work on. And sometimes those things are even harder when you're in the sustain stage, because now you're looking at the very little intricacies of how you can do your job better, how you can do your job easier, how you can help more people. I mean, I think that's kind of like where I am with helping people in real estate. Hey, Mel, thank you so much for joining us. John, I appreciate it. With real estate, I'm out here and with all my experience and knowledge of the real estate transaction, helping people buy, sell commercial properties, multifamily, residential. I'm very familiar with what I need to do. But now I look at the intricacies like, hey, did I make sure that I explained this really well to them? Because I want to make sure that they know what needs to be done each step of the way. You see, I'm not going at it from a rookie standpoint. I'm really going at it from a caring heart, knowledge, experience, right? Um, and so remember the hallmark of these phases, right? What's hard about it sometimes is that you might not see visible improvement right away. And when you get into that leap stage, you're like, yes, you're starting to see it. But before then, you might not, right? The passionate people, well, guess what? They show up, they do the work, they're there to help you, and they want to be immersed in it, right? They want it to be every single part of what they're about, right? The motivated people, they want the result, okay? And that's good too, right? But I can tell you, like in my business, specifically for real estate, I truly, truly believe you have to have a passion for helping people, not for the house. One of the things, I'll tell you a little quick story. I thought this was interesting because, my car, well, here I was. I had this car for 11 years and I wanted to get up to three. This sounds like you might be like, Rob, what's the big deal? But for me, it was a big deal. Oh, I want to get up to 300,000 miles in my Infiniti QX56. I love this SUV. I thought it was so cool. And there were things that were breaking down with it, but I was getting up to the mileage and I'm like, man, here's one of the cool things off of my bucket list. This is how excited my life is. I want to get up to 300,000 miles on a car. I just think that that would be a cool thing to say that I've done, not because it's not something that I accomplished, but, just kind of cool because I'm that person. I hate car payments, right? So let's get up to 300,000 miles on this thing. I was up to 287,000 miles and boom, I was on the highway before I could do anything. That engine blew, right? Because I guess the radiator split open on the high. At least this is what the mechanic told me. He gave me the last moments of my car's life. The radiator split open on the highway, and I guess that's what happened. And before I even knew it, the engine seized up, and then I had to pull over. So I was like, oh, for a couple of days, I was like, oh man, my car, it's gone. Now what? I gotta buy another car. I'm like, oh, I'm talking to my mechanic. Oh, dude, are you sure there's nothing we can do? He's like, listen, man, it's a piece of metal. What are you getting so riled up about? It's a piece of metal. And I was like, oh man, you're right, dude. What am I being a weirdo? Am I being a weirdo that I'm so like riled up about this car? And the same thing goes with houses. It's a bunch of sticks. We love our houses. We love our material things. But I can promise you, my motivation is not to get to the closing table. Of course, I want to make some money to take care of me and my family and to go on a vacation and to do some fun things. But believe it or not, my passion, right? My passion is helping people. Like when I'm at the closing table and I see, especially the younger couple that it's their first house and they're going to grow a family and their children, maybe they have little kids or someday they're going to have kids, and they're like, you can see the excitement in their eyes. Or maybe it is an older family that I see that I helped this older woman, right? 80 something years old. I helped her move to the next chapter in her life. Right now, she's gonna go live with the daughter or live with the son, or she's even going. I had one woman. I felt weird about it, but she was so excited and happy to go into one of these retirement homes because she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna be seeing my girlfriends every day now. I don't have to drive over there," and it would just felt so good. That was the passion. That's the passion for me, right? So do you have that passion? Can you start working on something step by step in order to make that happen for you? Right. Now, passion and motivation, they aren't innate talents that we can't control. We can build them just like we build other skills. Like if you aren't feeling passionate about your work right now, dive into other related aspects. Maybe you can ask more questions about your work, read more about it, look for hidden connections, right? We can't always like manufacture, according to Brian Greene, we can't manufacture that passion. But guess what? We can continually light matches and hope that one of them um, will catch on fire, right? We'll hit some of that kindling. Okay. So same thing about your home. Well, maybe you feel like you can't buy a home. You can't buy another home. You can't sell your home. You feel like, oh, it's the interest rates. Oh, it's the market. Oh my gosh. Well, you know, there are certain things that you can do step by step, incrementally in order to make it happen for you, right? In order to get to that next step, in order to motivate yourself, right? So, here's the whole story is that you might be doing a lot of work day in and day out. You might be um, feeling that, you know what, I'm not motivated and you just want to give up. But don't give up. Know that you just need to take those little steps to get to where you want to be on a daily basis, even if it only means something small. Go ahead and do it. Look at your passion, right? Write down what you're into, what you think that you enjoy, like right now, what you enjoy, what you love, what you have a fire inside for that you think. And you could be right, you could be wrong. You don't always know what you're thinking, right? Exactly. You don't know. Sometimes we don't even know ourselves, but write that stuff down. Then write down what you want your end result to be. It could be on a transaction basis. You might say, well, you know what? I want my end result to be that every, 3 years, I'm going to live in this new home, right? I'm going to live in a bigger, better home or a smaller home. Or every 10 years, I want to do this, or every 5 years, I want to do that. Or, once a year, I want to make sure that I have a job that I have a raise with. Or maybe right now, this is a job that I don't like. And here's what I really want to do. Right. And so what am I going to do? Every year, I'm going to make less money here and more money there. And then before you know it, I'm going to be living the life that I want. So, Motivation Monday, my friends, I know that you can do it. Okay. Give yourself the support that you need, right? Start doing some self-help. Start writing some things down. Start thinking about things. Maybe it means that when you're in the car, you need to shut off the radio for a few minutes. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Jazz. Hey, Bama. Thank you so much for joining us. Maybe that's what you need to do in order. Maybe you need to pray, right? Maybe you need to pray a little bit about getting the guidance, getting the wisdom, getting the insight. That's up to you to figure out what you need to do so that you can take these small steps to get to the build, to get to the leap, to get to the sustain stage, right? So that's everything I got for you on Motivation Monday. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for this holiday season. I will be staying in touch with you. I wish you the very best of everything. God bless you. And this is Rob Rosa. Hopefully, your favorite real estate broker. If you need me, call me, text me, email me, reach out to me. If you want, you can take a look at my website, the smartreadvice.com. Again, that's smart advice, advice.com, and even request a free book of mine, and I'll definitely get it over to you. So God bless you. This is Rob Rosa signing out. Hopefully you have an awesome day, and we'll talk to you soon.